Hello everyone and welcome to the video lecture on function of complex variable. Today's topic is the formation of analytic functions as well as evaluation of harmonic conjugates. As we have already solved the problems on this particular concept, so today we are going to solve few more important examples. So the first example that we have over here is if u is this, then show that u is harmonic. So the first thing that we have to find out is u is harmonic. It means to show that u is harmonic, that is to show del 2u by del x square plus del 2u by del y square equal to 0, right? Then find its conjugate. So when u is given, then its conjugate is nothing but v, right? So the next part is to find v and analytic function f of z, right? And third is to find f of z. So let us prove this one by one, right? Let us obtain this one by one. So the first one. So if you observe this, what is the requirement of this? That we need second order derivative of u with respect to x and y, right? So let us start with the given term. Given u is y cube minus 3x square y, right? So find its derivative with respect to u, with respect to x twice. So the first derivative is del u by del x. Now partial derivative, so obviously y will be constant, so its derivative is 0, minus 3y constant, and derivative of x square is 2x. So it is minus 6xy, right? Then again differentiate this. So you will get del 2u by del x square is equal to what it will be, minus 6y, right? So this is equation number. Given expression is, let us call it as 1, this as 2 and this as 3, right? Now let us find the derivative of u with respect to y. So del u by del y is equal to, so differentiate equation 1 with respect to y. So what will be its derivative? It will be 3y square, and then minus 3x square is constant, derivative of y will be 1, right? So it is what? 3y square minus 3x square. Okay, now again find out this derivative. So it is del 2u by del y square equal to, so what it will be, 6y. So this is equation number 4 and this is 5, right? Now just add equation 3 and 5. So equation 3 plus equation 5 gives, so what it will be, addition, let us add the left hand side. So it is del 2u by del x square plus del 2u by del y square equal to minus 6y plus 6y, that is equal to 0. So this implies, so as this comes out to be 0, so u satisfies a Laplace equation. So this implies u is harmonic function. Okay, so in this way we have obtained the first result as per the requirement, right? That is to show this, that is u is harmonic. Now let us move to the next one. Let us to find v as well as f of z. So as I said that I am going to solve the example by Milne-Thomson method. That is a second method, right? So let us start with, so Milne-Thomson method involves first evaluation of f of z and then the harmonic conjugates. So let us start with, so we have, what we have, f dash of z equal to, so according to the formula we have del u by del x minus I times del u by del y. This is what we have seen in the working procedure, right? So this implies So substitute del u by del x according to equation number 2 and del u by del y by equation 4. So del u by del x is minus 6xy minus I times del u by del y is 3y square minus 3x square. Right? Since equation 2 and equation 4. Right? We have substituted the derivatives. What is the next step? Next step is just put x is equal to z and y equal to 0 in the above equation. So what we get? So we get f dash of z. Obviously this substitution need to be done on the right hand side. Okay. So f dash of z is equal to y0. So this first term 0. Then x is z. So this first term again 0 because y is 0. This is 3z square minus plus. So what we have? We have 3z square I. Right? Integrate with respect to z. So we get, what will be its integration? Integration of f dash of z will be, yes, it will be f of z equal to I3 constant, integration of z square is z cube by 3. 3 cancel. So what we have? I z cube plus c. I z cube plus c. Now here I will take the constant of integration as IC. Instead of writing it as only c, I will write it as IC. I will tell you the reason later on, right? Why I am writing it as IC. Okay, so this is what we have as a one of the second requirement, that is to find f of z. Now what is left is to find v. Okay, that is the harmonic conjugate, right? So let us go for that. That is v. Okay, now to find v. So what we do? So the procedure is, once we get f of z, then what we do in order to get the conjugates, just replace, write f of z as u plus iv. You can call this as equation number 6 if you wish. So 6 implies we write f of z as u plus iv equal to, and at the same time z will be written as x plus iy plus ic, right? Now, so this implies, so what will be our aim? Our aim is to equate real and imaginary part on both the side so as to get v, right? Because v is what here? The imaginary part. Okay. So let us write this in the form of a plus ib, that is real part plus imaginary part. Okay. So we will simplify. So just expand this by making use of the formula a plus ib whole square. A plus b whole cube, sorry. So it is I a cube x cube plus 3 a square, that is x square, into b. So iy plus 3 a x, then b square, so that is iy whole cube plus b cube, so that is iy whole cube plus ic, as it is. Now simplify, just make use of the various values. Now we know that I square is nothing but minus 1 and I cube will be minus I. So let us substitute that those values. So it is I times x cube plus, we write it as 3i x square y, I square, that is minus 1, 3x y square, then I cube, that is minus I times y cube plus ic. Now collect the real and imaginary part over here. So I x cube that goes with imaginary part. I into I, that is I square. So that is minus 1. So we have minus 3x square y. So minus 3x square y. Now then I again, this will be imaginary one. I into I square, that is minus 1, minus of minus 1 plus. So it is plus y cube. So I have done with these two terms, right? Now obviously the remaining parts is nothing but containing I. So all these are imaginary parts. So from that we will take I common. So let us put this in one bracket plus I. Now it is I common. So what is left? X cube. From this term also I common. So minus 3x y square. And then I c. I common. So c. Now so this is what u plus iv. Isn't it? Right? Now as already u is given. So let us take we want v, right? So what is v? Equating imaginary part. Equating imaginary part, right? So we get, so what we get? We get v is equal to the imaginary part, that is x cube minus 3x y square plus c, right? So now you can check whether the answer obtained is correct or not, right? Across verifications. So what is given in the example? Tell me what is given in the example. U is given. U is a real part over here. Now you can see when we equate a real part, what will be u? So u is equal to what we get? Y cube minus 3x square y. That is what is given in the example, right? U is given as y cube minus 3x square y, right? So that's why the answer so obtained for v is correct, because I am getting the correct expression for u, right? So that's why the expression obtained for this v, that is harmonic conjugate, is also correct, right? In this way we can verify. Again I would like to tell you one more thing, right? When I am writing constant of integration over here, what I have written in place of c, simply I have written what IC, right? So what is the reason behind this? That in a given expression, that is in u, we don't have any constant, right? So obviously this constant goes to what? This constant has to go along with what? V, right? So that is what we are having now. So this is possible only if what? When c is considered as an imaginary part, right? So that's why instead of writing it as simply c, I have written it as IC. This is the only reason, right? Okay. So I hope this problem is clear to you all. Let us go with the another example. So remember one thing for selection of C, that constant of integration in f of z, that if u is given, right, for selection of C, this you can consider as a remark. For selection of C, what we will do? If v is given, u is given, sorry, if u is given, the C must be or constant of integration, we can say, right? So this constant of integration must be what? IC, right? And if v is given, then this constant we will write as simply C, right? Okay. So let us take the next example. So the next example is, show that u is equal to e raised to x into x cos y minus y sin y is harmonic. Find v such that find analytic function f of z. Right, find analytic function f of z. So let us start with the first part. What is the first part that we have to prove over here? Is to show harmonic. So for this we need a second order derivative of u with respect to x and y. So u given u is equal to e raised to x into x cos y minus y sin y. Find its derivative. Del u by del x is equal to, now here we find function of x, in bracket also we have a function of x, so we will apply product rule, right? So first function as it is, now derivative of the second function. So what will be derivative of this? So cos y constant, derivative of x is 1. So what we are left with, cos y, and the derivative of this term is entirely 0. Plus, now derivative of first function, it is e raised to x, second function as it is, so that is x cos y minus y sin y. This is what we have as a first derivative. Call it as equation 1. The next, again differentiate with respect to x. So del 2u by del x square is, so here cos y is constant, derivative of e power x is e power x. Again we will apply product rule. So we already have a product rule of this term. So we will copy down the earlier expression. So e raised to x cos y plus e raised to x into x cos y minus y sin y. Right? Now then differentiate this partially with respect to y. You can call this expression as expression number 2. Now del u by del y. What will be del u by del y? So it is with respect to y we have to differentiate. So obviously no need of applying product rule between these two, right? So e raised to x constant as it is. Let us differentiate the term in the bracket. So it is x constant, derivative of cos y is minus sin y. And then here we apply product rule. So it is what? Derivative of y is 1, sin y as it is. Then again minus goes inside. Derivative of y as it is, derivative of sin y is cos. So y cos y. Again differentiate. So we have del 2u by del y square equal to, so e raised to x as it is, the derivative of sin y is cos y, so minus x cos y, again derivative of sin y is cos y, here we apply product rule, so plus y sin y, then minus cos y, right? Derivative of cos y is minus sin y, minus minus plus, then derivative of y is 1, so cos y as it is. Now let us add these two expressions, call it as equation number 3 and this as equation number 4. Right? Okay. Now let us add equation number 2 and 4. So equation 2 plus 4 gives. So what we have? Del 2u by del x square plus del 2u by del y square equal to, let us see. So it is e raised to x cos y. Do we have e raised to x cos y? Yes, with a negative sign. So this term get cancelled. Then again e raised to x cos y. So here again minus e raised to x cos y. So this gets cancelled. Then next e raised to x x cos y. So minus e raised to x x cos y. So this gets cancelled. Then minus e raised to x y sin y. Right? So it is plus e raised to x y sin y. So in this way all the term vanishes. So we have what? This as 0. So this implies what? So whenever this kind of expressions we obtain, then what this implies? This implies u is harmonic function. Right? So in this way we have obtained the first read result as of the example. Right? Now let us move to the next part. Next part is to find analytic function f of z. So I use the Milne-Thomson method, right? So by Milne-Thomson method, let us write first the equation. What we have? We have f dash of z equal to del u by del x, right? Then minus I into del u by del y. Okay. Now we already have the expression for del u by del x as equation 1 and as per equation number 3. So let us use this. So this implies f dash of z is equal to del u by del x. So this is e raised to x into cos y. I'll expand this, plus e raised to x into x cos y minus e raised to x into y sin y. This is del u by del x. Then minus I times del u by del y is minus minus plus again. So this become plus because here everywhere we are observing minus sign. So minus of minus plus. Write down next e raised to x, x sin y. Then plus e raised to x sin y. And then plus e raised to x into y cos y. Isn't it? Right? So now we will not simplify it further. We will directly go to the third step of the Milne-Thomson method. So this here what we have used is equation number 1 and 3. Right? Now the next step is to put x equal to z and y is equal to 0. We get. So what we have? F dash of z is equal to y0 cos 0 is 1 e raised to z, so e raised to z. Y0 cos 0 is, so what we have, e raised to z into z. Y0, so this entire term vanishes, right? So this is what we have obtained from the first term, plus I times y0, so this sin of 0 is 0, sin of 0 is 0, so both these terms vanishes. Now y0, so that's why this becomes 0. So we are left with only this much, right? So this is f dash of z, integrating. We get. So the integration of f dash of z is f of z equal to, we can take here e raised to power z common, so we can write this step as z plus 1 into e raised to power z. So what we are having over here, a product of algebraic term with the exponential, right? So integration of z plus 1 into e raised to z with respect to, obviously integration is to be done with respect to c, z plus constant of integration ic. Okay, now here this is algebraic, this is exponential, so apply successive integration by parts. So this will be u and this will be v, or this will be first function and this is second function. Apply successive integration by parts. So we write first function z plus 1 into integration of e power z, that is e power z, minus minus derivative of previous first term. What is the previous first term? Z plus 1. So its derivative is 1. And integration of previous second term. So what is it? It is e raised to power z. Then plus derivative of previous first term. What is the previous first term? Is this, right? So its derivative is 0. So in this way, integration is over by successive integration by parts. Right? Now simplify. So what you will see that here we get simplify. So it is z e raised to power z plus e raised to power z minus e power z. So after simplification we get f of z as z e raised to power z plus I c. So this is a required analytic function in terms of z. Right? So I hope these examples are clear to you. Once you will go step by step, and if you have a command over the integration, then it is very easy to get the analytic functions by making use of the method of Milne-Thomson. Right? So I hope this is clear to you all. In the next video lecture, we will see few more important example on evaluation of harmonic conjugate as well as the formation of analytic function. Till then,